What's up? I'm getting ready to go into the sauna, and I saw a clip earlier from Diamond Dave. Did a great video talking about a lot of people think that they can be non-serious their whole life and then all of a sudden turn on the brakes, or they could be slacking off all season in football, but when it comes to the playoffs, they're going to turn it up. We just saw Texas try to do that. University of Texas boys just tried to do that. Didn't go well. Got kicked out by a lesser team, in my opinion. Long, slow consistency wins, right? University of Texas girls basketball. They recruited 11 girls over 6'1". I don't know what to tell you, but if you know anything about girls basketball and sports, it's a lot of teams with 5'5", 5'7" girls who are really great shooters. You know, they're almost like little mini Caitlin Clarks, but nothing beats the 6'1" girl who's just slapping the ball out your hand. Sorry. It's just a numbers thing. It's a numbers thing. If anybody was a gambling better, they would bet on Texas, University of Texas girls. But they've been consistently winning, consistently won last year, consistently in the top bracket. Now it's just taking them over to the top, right? They might win it. They just have to beat South Carolina. That's just is what it is. Why am I bringing up sports? Why am I bringing this up? 9 out of 10 people think, well, Erica, I'm just blowing off steam. I'm just laughing. I'm just lollygagging. I'm just enjoying my night. I'm just slumming it here on this channel or this other channel. I'm just goofing off. I'm just being silly. You know, don't be so serious all the time, Erica. And I promise you, your girl is too silly, okay? My family I get on their nerves being silly. I literally strategically plan my massages. I have multiple massages tomorrow. I have a massage and a facial, but tomorrow I have sports lined up on this weekend. I have dinners lined up. I also have events, a comedy show I'm going to. I also have on Monday either the basketball game or a real estate meetup I'm going to. On Wednesday, I have a ladies Wednesday real estate meetup to go to. On top of that, I just have a week full of things. The next 4 weeks, honestly. On top of a move, on top of all these other things, on top of a lot of things going on in business, on top of recording podcasts for my business, right? Now you're going to say, well, that's a lot. That's a lot, Erica. And it can be if you didn't schedule it. It can be if you didn't plan. It can be if the finances are not right. And what happens is, you know, I'm not telling you to be on my extreme level where I'm like, every day I'm watching 2 to 5 hours of stock news, building material news, what's going on in transportation news. You know, I'm literally just kind of just piling onto the value knowledge on top. Now, what does that allow me to do? That allowed me to go. I always have people trying to send me a deal, refer me to stuff. Hey, I've got this land deal or I got this stuff. And immediately when I went and looked at it, I knew the area. I knew how close it was to other new construction and was able to say, oh, that's a great deal, right? Let me do my due diligence though and make sure it's buildable over there. If it's not buildable over there, then it's a no deal. The problem is many people think, and this is something that's said all the time, oh, you know, I can't wait for the recession. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy a boat. I'm going to do all these things. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to do any of those things. Why? Because you aren't plugged in with builders now. You aren't plugged in with realtors now. You aren't plugged in with, you don't even know when the next auction in your city is right now. You don't know when the next tax deed auction is. You don't know when the next tax lien auction is. You don't even know where you can go find rural land right now. You don't even know where to go on Facebook Marketplace to go find land for sale. So there's like 20 steps between you and you actually buying any deals, okay? A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to get the deals, Erica. You don't understand. No, for the level of recession you think you're going to have this bevy of deals everywhere, I mean, half the country would have to burn down. Some of the stuff y'all selling there, I'm like, y'all don't even do the math. Again, I'm telling you, 40% of all homes have no mortgage. None, zero. The house, they're just paying property tax. And they can figure that out forever, okay? On top of that, 70% of all mortgages right now are under 4%. Under 73% of all mortgages are under 5%, but 70% of all mortgages are under 4%. So it's that 3% that throws the numbers off a little bit. But I want you to understand, like, literally, why am I buying the property I'm buying? The builder's like, yo, we'll buy the rate down to 3%. I was like, you got a deal, baby? That sounds like a plan. And so you got to realize they're going to keep moving the ball. They're going to keep this game going. They're going to keep shuffling the cards. They're going to keep the deck going. And if you're not already in the system of learning the system of being knowledgeable, somebody could come to you and say, hey, will you take this piece of land that's worth $100,000 off my hands, Erica, for $10,000? Now you're gonna say, well, I don't know what to do with land. I don't want land. If it's not making me some money right now, I'm not gonna buy it. Well, common sense knows if I pick it up for 10 grand and I can subdivide the 3 acres and sell the other 2 sides to get that 100K I want out of it, like, there's opportunity, right? Why is the person selling? What is the problem? What's the issues? Is the land got issues? Is it, is it septic tank only? Whatever, right? These are all things you would know if you've been in motion. The problem is so many people are not in motion that they think they're going to find these magical deals, that the sky is just going to poop rainbows. That's just not going to happen. Same thing when I have a friend who was like, man, I went on dates. I think he went on a date like Wednesday through Saturday. Different women, using apps, calling up, just different stuff. He was real intense. He is married now, right? But at the time we were like, bro, like, whoa, relax. And he's like, I haven't been dating in so long. I had to practice on what to talk about, where to take them, where to eat, how much does this place cost? Like, these are things of, if you're in motion, these conversations you're hearing on the internet, yeah, that's why I don't even talk to women at all. I don't talk to any women for years. You're like, we can tell you're not in motion. We can all feel it, the energy. It's the same with the job market. People are like, yeah, my company lays me off, I'm gonna do A, B, and C. You see all these constant videos on TikTok of Amazon drivers and UPS drivers acting like my body's wore down and F these people and blank these packages. And you're like, if you could do something that's gonna pay you, like, I know when I looked up here, so I can speak about it appropriately, the UPS, United States Postal Workers here in Pflugerville and Austin, Texas, make $67,000 a year. I'm not, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And apparently they get a lot of overtime. So they're probably closer to 75, right? So I'm not disrespectful, but you're moving mail for $75K a year, right? It's just like when I hear the truckers complain about trucking. I'm like, baby, tell me where a high school dropout sometimes with a GED can go take some training for 15 weeks, or if they go to one of the shorter schools, 3 weeks, and now is making $100K a year. At least $80K a year, depending on how he drives, right? Nowhere. Nowhere. And this is why when you hear they're like, they laid off 10,000 people from UPS stores. I said, and those people are going to have to do what? Probably go to college. This is where the reality comes back in. People are trying to convince you that they're going to just stop all the silliness, stop all the noise. They're going to jump up and get these new careers and overnight. No. You got to hear some of these people when I say, man, you might have to take that Google IT certificate. It might take you 2 months. Oh man, 2 months, Erica. I'm like, listen, I'm pretty smart, and I was on it every day, and it took me 2 weeks. I know some people took it in a week, and they just had free time on their hands. So I want you to understand, like, just training, new material, just learning something new. It takes time. And so I've tested some of this stuff. I've tried to get some of the certs just so I can be like, let me be knowledgeable about when I'm talking about this, how hard this is. And the more I did it, I'm like, ooh, okay. You're going to have to real study, like not play study, for real study. And so I think a lot of people are overestimating how skilled they are, right? They're in their 40s and 50s, ain't never did a second type of job, ain't been applying for jobs, ain't been in the job market, coming on TikTok, coming online saying, I applied for 50 jobs and I can't believe this. Girl, ain't nobody told you, right? And so I don't have a problem with boot camps or IT programs that speed you up, or nursing programs. I mean, even though I make a joke about like, ooh, do I want a boot camp nurse? At the end of the day, these are highly needed careers. Surgical tech, what is that thing, that person that cleans the equipment? I saw it on TikTok, but I don't watch TikTok. Y'all send me stuff, but apparently he went viral on TikTok and one of y'all sent it to me. But essentially, it's just x-ray radiology. That kid was making $85,000 in some video y'all sent me. And so a lot of times I'll tell y'all, thanks for sending the material for sure, but there's a million. You can literally go pick up your community college a little index book, and it'll show you all the different careers, and you can go on glassdoor.com or Google and see how much it gets paid. A lot of times when I talk about different ways to make money on this channel, the comedy cracks me up because people are like, oh, I wouldn't do that unless they're paying $100,000 or $90,000. Man, stop it. We have the data. 70 million working Americans, I'm not saying you, but 70 million working Americans are making $30,500 a year. Right? So every day that I sell anything, I make phone calls, I pick up a tax deed and turn around and try to sell it. Any of these times, anytime I get any type of motion, anytime I find rural land and I can offload it to somebody else, anytime I get any type of motion, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the people I work with. I'm grateful for the people I interact with. And there's a power in gratitude. There's a power, a law of expectation. You see these videos where people constantly coming out talking about, I hate my job, I hate this, I hate that. I'm like, you're bringing that bad energy, baby. I don't care if they fire me. I'll walk off any day. And these same people, when they do get fired, are angry and fighting about their job. That's not your job, baby. That's the business owner's job. That's the government's job. They can do what they want, right? I saw somebody the other day, and I didn't want to get into an argument with them, but they were on Facebook saying, hey, I was one of the people laid off. My husband has cancer. I'm 51. This is so da-da-da-da. And I literally just go, how's your savings and investments? Do you have any rentals? And immediately somebody put under my comment, have you seen 401ks? They're down. I go, she's 51. She should have rentals. She should have a money market account. She should have bank certificates. She should have high interest dividend stocks. She should have a multitude of things. She's not 20. She's 51 and her husband's older than her and he has cancer. They should have things at this point in life. And this is no knock. Like, cancer is awful. I feel bad that she got hit like this. But at the end of the day, you should have things under your belt. Where are the things that are supposed to be under your belt? Right? Where are the things that you need to prepare yourself for society, prepare yourself for retirement? A lot of these people are not prepared for retirement, and it shows. They're not conducting themselves in the way they should, and it shows. And it's just unfortunate. So this was just a little brief one. I'm getting ready to go in here, but I really want you to understand, like, if you do not, if you're not already in motion to 1 to 2 hours a day of like reading about the news, and I don't mean just anti-Trump news, I mean like, what's going on with farming? What's going on with commodities? What's going on with land? What's going on with timber? What's going on in various industries? Like, even for your city and state. Like, we had a friend here, bought a house for $196. He was like, maybe I should keep it as a rental because it was worth like $500,000. Immediately we start talking to him and we go, you do know they're building like $1 billion domain down here right beside where your house is. Your house is going to be probably $600,000 in a little bit. And he's like, what? No one told me. And I'm like, you live here. This is where you live. You're getting ready to sell your house. You're down the street. There's signs everywhere. They keep talking about it in the newspaper. They keep talking about it on the radio. How are you this unaware? And that is the nature of people. They are so asleep at the wheel that by the time you talk to them or tell them, hey, have you did this or did that? They're like, what? When? Where? Who? Just the basics. They're kind of bumbling and stumbling through life. So when I talk to them about their kids or their spouse, oh, my spouse probably wouldn't like this or wouldn't. You don't know. You've been sitting beside this person 20 years and you don't know if they'd like this. They'd want to be invested. They want to have interest. Like, this is your spouse. How are we supposed to know, right? This is your child. How are we supposed to know what your child like? When the teachers have teacher-parent conference and they go, are you reading to the child? Is the child reading to you at night? Or are they doing A, B, and C? And the person looks at them crazy like, I don't know. That's what we're talking about. So you're not going to become a boxer that can fight Gervonta Davis tomorrow. It's just not going to happen. Not in 30 days, not in 60 days. Floyd Mayweather and all these people, they've spent years of their life investing in fighting and skills to do what they do. So if you think that's what you're going to do, I'm really sorry. If you watch 2 or 3 Rambo movies, you are not going to be able to go in the jungle and fight Mona people. You're not going to be able to do it. If you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and you think you're going to get that type of body without some steroids and without years of building, you're delusional. Even Arnold's son that looks like him from the Hispanic Maid, he don't even have the juice. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the full muscular Arnold. So I just want you guys to understand, 2025 may not be the year. You may not get it. It's okay. You may spend the next 6 months preparing yourself. And I encourage you to do so. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I don't know if that's the saying, right? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But this is a little short I had for y'all. And I'm going to go to my workout. Because why? I have to continually build on what? My health. Why? Because who else is going to do it? if not me. All right. So, all right, you guys, this is your girl Erica, Classy Con Blog. Definitely check out some of the links we'll be posting in the upcoming week. Some of the interviews, I'll try to post them up along here on the channel. Again, if you're in Digital Liberty Warriors, we have training on Saturday, weekly Q&A, live Q&As. We have a very fun-filled month ahead. But, hey, getting where you fit in. All right, you guys, it's your girl Erica. Later.